2024, 30 students from 8 universities came together at the University of Galway under the Enlight network to study and discuss different themes of equity and sustainability transitions.
The goal of the summer school was to discuss and gain a deeper understanding of concepts of equity, climate justice and sustainable transitions and how these are linked. We also tried to look at how policies influence and address or don't address sustainability, and also to consider how we can incorporate equity perspectives into planning and research on sustainable development. So this is the creative output from the students who attended this unique summer school in Galway in 2024.
Welcome to our exploration of Galway. We are diving into mobility and sustainability. We have uncovered many concepts about mobility, but there is one we can't stop thinking about: walkability. Walkability measures how friendly an area is for walking. It includes factors like the built environment, public art, amenities for walkers, and other transportation modes. Walking is the most environmentally friendly and fulfilling form of transportation. It has numerous benefits for our health and the planet. We have experienced it firsthand on this trip. For instance, strolling through the old town or natural areas is exceptionally pleasant. There's no need to worry about cars, and you can easily relax at any place.
However, in other parts of the city, walking can be challenging. Heavy traffic and the lack of nearby crosswalks often mean making a significant detour to reach your destination. You keep waiting, and waiting to cross the street. Sometimes, even walking through natural areas can be tough because of the slopes. Few.
Which challenges do you find in Galway for walkability?
Not enough safe ways to cross the streets.
The mentality of the people in Galway who drive cars, who feel they get frustrated with people who are cycling or who are walking, and also the imagination of the people who are in charge of Galway City, the county or the city authorities. I feel that they could be more imaginative about walkability spaces in Galway.
I don't know if you notice, you get as far as the Salmon Rear Bridge and you're stuck. So there's two bridges alongside each other, the pedestrian bridge and the vehicular bridge. There's no pedestrian crossing to get you across the vehicular bridge. So joined up thinking.
The route I take, I have just one cross sign where I can just press the beg button and cross. Other areas I have to navigate how I cross the road.
It's raining. It's not handy.
So in terms of a solution, it wouldn't be a physical solution but a process. We need everyone around the table. We need the engineers, the planners, the urban designers, the community, all to be involved in the process before we build things like, I think that bridge is to be called the Hope Bridge or the Bridge of Hope or something. I only hope to cross it safely because I was no pedestrian crossing. So that's what I would think is the solution. So.
Tá féiricí difrichtán, tuairmí difrichtán, agus marsanta se tábhachtach go gur faoi takeíocht an bhób sa go féidir éisteacht agus a bheith a fáil an bhób.
Modernization and neoliberalism promotes a model of development based on economic growth. Yet again, extractivism and exploitation of nature are destroying our planet. It's urgent to rethink how we produce, consume, and allow other ways of living. It is important to acknowledge that there are different realities and accounts of knowledge. However, indigenous or other worldviews are left on the sidelines. As we have seen in this course, sustainability has different sides. Therefore, to improve sustainability on this island, taking care of the environment is essential, alongside preserving the culture and the local community of Inishere. This shows that local knowledge should not be disregarded and that government structures in the sustainable transition should provide agencies to the different perspective and knowledge that exists.
Do you want to make your holidays more sustainable? Whether you're an avid traveler or planning your next vacation, making eco-friendly choices is actually not that hard. Did you know that consumers like you are driving the demand for sustainability? According to a joint study from McKinsey and Nielsen IQ, more people are choosing eco-friendly options because they understand their purchasing choices can have a big impact. But what does sustainability look like in tourism? It means taking the environment into account when traveling. For instance, you can opt for eco-friendly transportation and accommodations, choose to support local economies, and try to minimize your environmental footprint. So how can you do that? Kate Raworth's Donut Economics provides a fantastic framework for understanding how we can balance our needs without overshooting the planet's ecological limits. This model encourages us to think about sustainability, not just as an environmental concern, but as a holistic approach that includes social equity and economic stability. Small choices like reducing plastic use, conserving water, and supporting local artisans all add up. A recent study shows that every action counts in achieving environmental, social, and economic balance. Let's travel responsibly and make every trip a step towards a sustainable future.
¿Resumires me?
Kannst du mich verstehen? ¿Puedes entenderme?
Can you understand me? Policies are for everyone, so we need to listen to everyone. But first, what is a green policy? Green policies for sustainable transitions refers to a set of actions and guidelines aimed at reducing environmental impact, promoting renewable energy resources, and ensuring long-term ecological balance. These policies often involve measures such as increasing energy efficiency, reducing carbon emissions, and supporting sustainable practices in industries and communities.
In an optimal case, in all phases of policy making, the public opinion is heard. But this is unfortunately not yet the case.
Policymaking as a process typically refers to a top-down approach where experts and authorities develop detailed plans and strategies for future development, often without extensive local input.
On the other hand, policymaking can be a locally led phenomenon emphasizing a bottom-up approach where local communities actively participate in each part of the process. This method values local knowledge, preference and needs, ensuring that the resulting policy reflects the unique characteristics and aspirations of the community.
To make policies for the people, you need to give a voice to the people. Everyone's view is valuable. Do not overlook them.
To represent us, you need to understand us.
Meet two students living in Galway. Let's dive into their daily routine. The day begins with morning rituals. Did you know that leaving the tap on while brushing your teeth wastes approximately 11,000 liters of water per year? And then comes skincare. Beauty products are a woman's best friend, but beauty packaging amounts to 120 billion units of trash annually. Commute time. Some ride the admittedly unreliable bus to avoid the fear of being late. Others prioritize comfort even if it means driving solo. Staying hydrated is key. But do we need endless plastic bottles polluting our oceans? One bottle accounts for 1.15 kilograms of CO2 emitted into our atmosphere. Let's find better ways to satisfy our thirst and save our blue planet from becoming a giant landfill. Let's finish off the day by investing in what's actually important. Dress to impress is the motto, and thanks to fast fashion, there is no such thing as too many clothes. The same applies to books. We never stop learning, so maybe it's worth investing in one's personal development than in closet.
How often do we think our ecological footprint? The ecological footprint goes beyond CO2 emissions. It's about measuring all the resources we need to support our lifestyle and the impact we have on the environment. In everyday life, we need to make many decisions. Big or small actions, your footprint matters.
The choice is yours. Reuse, reduce, refuse.
What is GBV? GBV, or gender-based violence, is violence based on gender, sexuality, or identity. It can be experienced by any person, but mostly women. Violence can be either physical or structural or cultural. Violence can be also understood as the difference in potential between what could have been and what actually is. GBV is affected by multiple factors that arise from climate change. These can be drought, flooding, or other crises.
All over the world, many groups of people are systematically overlooked due to factors such as gender, mental health, socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, age, disability, the list goes on. Eventually, they are forgotten. However, we see reminders in the streets, in the parks, and it brings to mind questions. How do they get to their current state? How in the midst of plenty do some remain in want? Should we continue to pretend they are not there? Should we continue to look away as we pass by? What can be done to support them? The answer: inclusion.
Gender equality and social inclusion thus directly contribute to environmental sustainability by fostering innovation, community engagement, and stewardship of natural resources, ultimately leading to more sustainability and climate justice.